Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to see how to make the place order in our Django e-commerce. So previously we had made till here the checkout page. So now what we are going to do is when you click on place order, we are going to fetch all these values and store it in our order table and these things in our order items table. So let us start with it. So firstly we'll just design this form a little bit. So why is this so narrow? So this thing is quite broad. To cart, this checkout, let us move it first to the left. I mean to the right side. So you have that as a card.html. Just close the sidebar and here say float end and refresh. Here it is, checkout. And this thing, let us just check. In your cart, we have given py3. The checkout, we have it as py2. Make it py3. Save, refresh. Yes. So now we'll just make this text box a little bit small and this label also. So for that what you're going to do is here we will just add one class over here, say checkout form or something like that. Checkout form, copy that and go to your static and CSS. We haven't kept anything, so let us create one folder over here. Say new folder, CSS, new file, say custom.css, and here just paste that class and say label. We'll just set font size to 16px. So just include this in your main layout file, also, or else you will not get the output. Add here link, say link href static css slash custom.css. Say rel to style sheet. Okay, so let us check the output now. And refresh. Just inspect and check if the file is linked properly. So you'll have it in your head tag or here, and it's over here. Say open in new tab. So it is linked properly. So this thing is in label, right? So that class, we can just add that class in this over here. So it will be more specific. And paste and add a not important over here. Just put the not symbol and say important and refresh. And here you can see it is 16. So we'll keep it to 14. Yes. And then we'll increase the font weight to 500. Now 600 is fine. And that's enough. So I'll just copy that and paste it over here. And for the text box, you just copy the same thing and paste. And instead of label, just close this. And instead of label here, just say input. And for that, you have to give the font size 14, or let's keep 16 and check. Remove the font weight from there. Refresh. 14 will be fine. 14. So we'll just save and close this file. When you press the place order button over here, we need to fetch all these values and insert it in our table. So first we'll create the model for that. So here in your store, you have models.py. So we have the category, product, cart and wish list. So now we are going to create the order and order items table. Class order, say models.model, and firstly we'll have the user, say user equal to foreign key. I'll just copy it from here, copy and paste, and then we will need to store all these details which we have shown in the checkout form. So the fname, lname, email, phone. So just say fname equal to, this is going to be a character field, and we are just going to set the max length to 150 over here, and null equal to false. So just copy and paste the same thing, and we'll just change the field names. So we had the lname over here, and then email and phone. So we are just storing all this data with each order. So when we have to order a product to a different address or for a friend, so that time we can just give their email or phone and their address with their name. So that will be more convenient. And then we have the address over here. So just say address, and this thing is going to be a text field. I'll just create it over here. Address equal to text field, and this is going to be null equal to false. So text field is for long text more than the character field. So character field is limited and text field will contain long data. So we can just put the address in that text field. So after the address, we have the city, I guess. Let us just check. City, state, country, and pin code. I'll go and say city, state, country, and the pin code. Okay. So once all these things are done, then we need to store few more data. So that will be the total price of the order. Let's say total underscore price equal to, so this is going to be a float field, and here null equal to false. And then the payment mode, we are going to keep payment mode. This is going to be a character field of max length is going to be 150, and you have null equal to false. So when the user places order via cash on delivery, so we are going to store COD over here, else we are going to store paid by PayPal or paid by Razorpay. So I'll just close the sidebar and zoom in. Yes. And now after the payment mode, we will store the payment ID. So if it is an online payment, so either by Razorpay or PayPal, we are going to store the payment ID. So I would say char field, and for this we are going to keep the max length to 250 or how much ever you can keep, and null equal to true. So because for the cash on delivery payment, we will not be having any payment ID. So I'll just make it to true. And then we'll have the status, and here this is going to be a character field, and for this max length we are going to keep 150, and here say choices is equal to, and we will create a list of choices above this thing. So let me just say order status, and just open close bracket, and inside this I'm going to just again open and close. So here I'm going to specify the index and the value. So what has to be in displaying and what should be stored in the database. So I'm just going to add as pending, and the other one is for out for shipping, and the same thing to display out for shipping, and then the other one is completed. Say completed, say completed. Okay, so now here in this choices, you're just going to copy and paste this order statuses, just copy and paste, and then here by default when the order is placed, that will be as pending or in progress. You can keep however you just want to store that message. So pending, and then we will have a message over here. Say message. This is going to be a text field, nullable. So just say null equal to true, and then we will have the tracking number for that order. So tracking number, just say character field. Just copy one of these, copy and paste, and we can just keep it to 150. That is more than enough. And lastly, we will have the created at column over here. So just a timestamp, say date time field, and this is going to be auto add now equal to true. So the other one which we just had over here, auto now, let me just show you. So this thing is for the updated at column you can keep. So we'll just add that as well over here. Sort of created at, we'll just change that updated at, and we'll just keep it after created at. So created at is nothing but when the order is being placed, we are going to keep it over here. Auto now add equal to true, and for the updated at, whenever there is a update query performing on that record, this thing will be stored over there. So that time. So here you just remove this thing. Yes. So we will just add the string function to display it in the admin dashboard properly. Say self, and here we are going to return within single quotes, just put curly braces, hyphen curly brace, and here we are going to say format and self dot id comma self dot tracking number. So here it's supposed to be id, yes, id and tracking number. So now once the order is created, we need to store the order items, right? So for one order we can have multiple items, so we will create that table now. So just say class order item, let's make it camel case over here, and say models dot model, and here we'll have the order. So the order id, so to which order this order item belongs to. So this is going to be a foreign key, and the model is going to be order. Let's say order model, and you're not going to give this, remove, on delete, just cascade, yes. And then we will have the product, and this is also going to be a foreign key. Say foreign key, and the model name for this is going to be product. So just scroll top, just fold this, here it is, copy that, and here paste that product model name, and then this thing we're not keeping over here, on delete models dot cascade, and then we will just store the price of that product when the product was purchased. So this can be a float field, so just keep it float field, and just say null equal to false, and the quantity of that product, quantity is going to be an integer field, Same thing, null equal to false, and we'll just write the string function for this also, str, and just pass the self and say return within single quotes. Just give curly braces over here and put a dot and say format self dot order dot id. So the orders id we are going to echo with the tracking number, self dot order dot tracking number. So to which order this belongs to. So that is it for the model. So let's go back to the checkout file. So here, just fold this. So you have your column MD7 and column MD5 over here. So in this 5 we have the order items as well as this thing. You can see over here place order button. So we will just keep a form tag which is common to both of this column MD5 and 7. So that has to be outside this row. So over here, so make sure you are putting the form tag above this row and just say form, and close the form here. Okay, so form action equals, and here we are going to create an URL and say place order, and the method is going to be post method. Say post, and here in the submit button we'll just check, just close this table. Here it is. So it was an A tag, right? So we'll just make it to a button tag. Just make it button, button type equal to submit. Yes. So on submit, it will go to this URL. So let us just go and create a new path for this. Now add a comma and paste over here. So we'll just copy and paste the above path over here and change the name of that URL and the path. So in the path, we are just going to give place hyphen order, and the function name we are going to keep place order. Okay, so just copy this place order and go to your checkout file and create a function over here, place order. So here just pass the request, and so we need to use the decorators over here, so only the authenticated users can come to this page. So we had used that in the other files. Just check over here. So you can see at login required, so login URL just redirected the user to the login page. So just copy that and paste it over here also, and the same thing for the place order. So first we will check if the request method is a post method. So if the user has come with a get method, so if he just have put the URL in the browser and trying to load the page, then we have to redirect him to the home page. So first we are just going to say if condition over here, if request dot method is equal to post, then we'll be here, else just return redirect to the home page. Let's put that in single quotes. Yes. So if it is a post method, then we are going to fetch all the details. So for that, we just need to give the names for that input tags. So in your checkout.html, in your column MD7, you see we have given input type equal to text, class equal to form control, and this is the placeholder. So we need to specify the name of each tag to fetch the value over here. So we will just give the name, say name equal to, this is the f name. I'll just copy that whole thing, copy and paste. This is going to be the L name, and then the email, say email, and you have the phone and the address, name equal to address, and have name equal to city over here, the state, country, and pin code. Just copy and paste, make it to lowercase, state, country, and the pin code. Say pin code. Okay. So yes, so now we are going to place a new order. So for that we will just create a variable over here called new order equal to the order model. So it is imported over here order. So now we need the fields for that order. So let me just go to the order and show you. So you can see that we have all these fields. So we need to specify the values for this. So we'll just go and start here. So say new order dot fname. So before fname we had the user, right? I'll just say new order dot user equal to request dot user, and then you have the fname that is going to be request dot post dot get, and here you can just say fname. So this is the input tag name which we have given in our checkout.html file. So this thing, whatever you are specifying it over here, either fname or first name. So make sure you are just copy it from here and paste that properly over here. So you just have to copy and paste everything. Just copy and paste, and I will go to my this thing. I'll just select all of them with Control D, copy and paste over here, also over here. Okay, just remove this for now. So this is your order models field names. Okay, so make sure you have given it properly. So we have the same name over here, L name, email address, phone, city, and the same thing we have given it in the input type name also. So that's why it is same for us. So in case you have given this as first name in your database and something else in the input tag, so make sure you are giving it properly to avoid any errors. So now once the pin code is done, we need the payment mode, right? So just copy and paste. So here I'm going to say payment underscore mode. So if you just want to avoid errors, it's better you just copy it from here, payment mode, copy, and just paste payment mode. And the same thing we need to give it in the here. Yeah, so near your place order button you can just give a input type hidden. Say input type equal to hidden and value equal to COD and name equal to payment mode. Close that input tag. So you can just fetch that. So you have got the payment mode and then the payment ID. So payment ID for now we are not going to insert. So when we do the Razorpay and PayPal, that time we will just add that. So we had given that as null equal to true, right? So even if you don't add a value for that, that thing is not going to cause any problem. So now this payment mode is done. So now we need the total price. So we will calculate that using the products in the user's cart. So we'll just create a variable here called cart equals cart model objects dot filter, where user is equal to request dot user. So I'll just create a variable over here cart total price and initialize it with 0, and then we'll run a for loop for item in cart, and for this thing we will just have it as cart total price plus, I mean equal to, I'm just going to give here cart total price equal to cart total price plus item dot product dot selling price into the product quantity in the user's cart. Say item dot product qty. So this is nothing but first we will have it 0, then in the first iteration it will be 0 here, so 0 plus the item. So this is the object from your cart. So we are relating it from the cart to the product table to the selling price column. So that into the cart tables product quantity value. So if the user has taken something of 100 rupees into 3 quantity, so we are just adding the total price with 100 into 3, 300. So it's just a simple thing. And now what we are going to do is we are going to assign it to the total price column of the new order instance. Say new order dot total price is equal to cart total price. Let us check what are the fields left out. So we have done with the total price, payment mode, ID, status. By default it's going to be pending, and now we have the message tracking number, and these two is also going to be by default. So this message column we are going to use it to store the user's message. So in case you want to give an option to your customers to give some message over here, so you can just use that field over there. Else you can keep that for your admin side to just store the message about the order status to track your order or anything like that. So you can just use it. So we are not going to use it right now. So in future, if we require, we will just use that. So we'll just create the tracking number now. And in your checkout.py here, say we need to import the random over here. So just say import random, and here say track number equal to, I'll just give a string over here, say Sharma, and I will just concatenate it with a string. And inside that we are going to use the random function dot random integers and give the range over here. So I'll just give, I've given 7 once and then 7 9. I'll just give over here. Yes. So we will just verify if that is not already existing in case it clashes with an already existing tracking number. So we'll just use a while loop over here. While order dot objects dot filter where tracking number is equal to the track number which we have created is none. So if the tracking number already matches with that, then this while condition will become true, and then we are going to paste the same thing inside the while loop. So until it becomes false, it will just loop and create a new tracking number. So once it becomes false, that means the tracking number does not match the existing tracking numbers. That time it will just come out of that loop, and then we are going to store that in the new order dot tracking number equal to track number. So then we have done with all the fields. So let us just save that. Say new order dot save function. So once that has been saved, so now we need to store the order items. So for that, we are just going to say new order items and call your cart model. Say cart dot objects dot filter and user equal to request dot user. So just loop through it for item in new order items and say order item. So just call your model over here, order item dot objects dot create function, and inside this just specify your order equal to new order. So this thing you have, right? So it's just uh, giving that as a foreign key for this order ID for that particular order items. So it belongs to that order, and then add a comma and say product equal to item dot product comma price. The price is going to be item dot product dot selling price comma the quantity equals to item dot product qty. Okay, so it's been created now. So once the order item is created, then we need to reduce it from the available stock. I'll just add a comment over here and say to decrease or reduce the product quantity from stock, available stock. So just say order product is equal to product model dot objects dot filter, where the id is equal to item dot product id dot first. And then we are just going to take that order product dot quantity. So that product we just filtered over here, we have taken that product, and that product's quantity we are just going to minus with the quantity which the user has purchased. So just say order product dot quantity is equal to order product dot quantity minus item dot product qty. And then we're just going to save dot save function. So yes, it's done. So now once the order is placed and the order items are created and we have reduced the products quantity from the available stock, so now we have to clear the user's cart. So just add a comment over here and say to clear user's cart, then cart dot objects dot filter, where user is equal to request dot user dot delete function. So the cart is also cleared. So now what we are going to do is we are going to set a message over here, messages dot success, and say request comma your order has been placed successfully. Just add a L over here. So this message has been set over here, then it will automatically come out of this and it will redirect to the home page. So now let us test this. So we'll go to our checkout.html, and here you have your class form control, right? Just select that and you just add the required over here. So the backend validation, you can just check it over here. So if any of this value is null, then you don't have to accept that. You just return and redirect back to the same page with the message that all fields are mandatory. So now we will just test this place order if it is working. So we'll go back and refresh, and I say place order, okay, required. We'll just fill in the details. Then address, let me say Bangalore, India, city, and pin code. We'll just put it over here and say place order. So CSRF failed. Okay, we need to give the CSRF token over here. So just after your form, you can just give it over here, CSRF token, save, and go back. We have to reload the page, and now again have to just fill in the data. So in the next video, we will see how to make this to autofill. So when the user first places the order, we will just store that in the user profile table. So we'll just create a profile and we'll extend the user table, and we will store this one default address which will autofill every time he's going to place an order. We'll see that in the next video. So for now, I'll just finish this. Say place order. So cannot resolve keyword tracking number. Okay, so I just made a mistake somewhere. Check here. Just check. Just copy this and search over here, Control F. Okay, so here it is. Copy and paste and refresh, and store order doesn't exist. Okay, so we just created that table, we did not migrate it. So once we have created the migrations, we have to register it in our admin file over here, admin.py. So just copy and paste, change this to order and this thing to order item. Okay, so we have imported it over here with the asterisk. So now we are just going to migrate the tables. So open your terminal and say py manage.py make migrations, hit enter, and here it is, order and order items created. So now I'll just migrate it, py manage.py migrate, hit enter, and here it is. So it has been created. Just close, and now we'll try to place the order. So refresh, say place order. So your order has been placed successfully. So we will just put that over here in the future videos. Your orders, I mean my orders, we'll just put it over here. So let us check that in our database. So here's my database and I have the Django Ecom over here. Let me check. I have my order table over here. And all the data has been inserted over here with my tracking number, payment mode, total price and everything. And in the order items, let us check. So here it is, it belongs to order ID 1 and the product ID over here with the quantity and price. Perfect. So that's it in this video, guys. We have seen how to make the place order in our Django e-commerce. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.